Okay, welcome back everybody to the Heart and Home podcast. I'm Gloria and we have a very giggly Taufik.
Yes, welcome back, everyone.
Yes, welcome. Taufik. So now we go into the book and we talk about the boundaries.
Yeah.
Yes. Tell me first, why did you write that chapter? Why is it important?
I think, wow. Why did I write this chapter? There's no simple explanation to this. But in true fact, is that we actually live in a society with rules. There are laws. There are things that we can and cannot do, and shouldn't and should not do. And this applies to generally society in general and in life in general, right? So where do you find the school rules?
In the guidebook.
The school handbook. Yeah. And it's from the first page all the way somewhere in the middle, and then it stops, right?
Yeah.
And that's very long, right? Do you still remember any of your school rules?
Sure. I don't know, maybe I'm just like speaking from the top of my mind, like I can't really remember any, but maybe like don't be late.
Yeah. So that also is that is also in terms of like semantics, right?
Yeah.
Don't be late. Do you think people will still be late?
Oh yeah.
Of course we will still be late, right?
Yeah.
So we also need to be mindful in terms of the semantics and the languages we use. So in the previous podcast, I said that you asked me like which was my favorite chapter. I told you that working together as a team is my favorite chapter.
Yeah.
And I answered in two parts, but the most essential one is setting boundaries and ground rules.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that this is important because this is actually the whole foundation of the whole guidebook. Because if you don't have any boundaries, you don't have any ground rules at home, what's going to happen is chaos.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Like the purge.
Yeah. Well, not to that extent. We're not purging anything or anyone. But if you don't have any ground rules or any like boundaries to guide us, right? You're going to come back home as parents. You're going to just imagine this, right? You come back home from work, you're tired. And when you come back, the house is in a mess. Then you go to your child's room, it's in a mess. Things are not done. Chores are, things are messy. Every piece of clothes is on the floor. Dishes are not washed. The kitchen is messy, it spills all over because nobody is taking responsibility. Nobody is respecting the space, the place that you're staying.
I can imagine. Sorry.
Would that be?
Yeah.
To go back, like you just imagine yourself to be really tired. How would that be for you?
Yeah.
To go back to chaos.
I can imagine like a parent coming home from work, like not even 9 to 5, 9 to 6, 7.
Yeah.
Like a super long day, had to wake up at like 6. So and then coming home to this.
And just imagine when you come back, you're stuck in a jam. The train breaks down.
Oh.
Somebody step on your favorite shoe and bumps into you, and then you come back to chaos.
Yeah, like kids screaming.
Yeah. One of the principles that I really function with is that home is supposed to be a safe space. It's supposed to be safe. It's supposed to be secure, not just for your children. It's also supposed to be secure for everybody who's at home. And just imagine you come back home and it's your peace.
Yeah.
That's where, your children greet you. You come back, the home is, it's not 100% clean, but it's orderly, right? things are in place, things are not on the floor, things still work. That's your peace.
It's very interesting that you said that. Would you then say that boundaries do help maintain safety and peace?
Well, when we talk about safety also, we talk about physical safety. We also talk about psychological safety. We also talk about emotional safety. So it is not just the physical space, but it's also in other sense, psychological, emotional safety also at the same time. When we talk about coming back to such a space like that, that space is supposed to make you feel good. It's not supposed to doesn't trigger you at all, right? And we do need boundaries for this because we talk about chaos. We talk about things that will go wrong. We talk about Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Right? So all these things, whatever can go wrong will definitely go wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have a question for you too, Gloria.
Okay. Okay.
What does boundary look like? Or like when you were growing up at home last time? What were some of the things that you think was a boundary? And what do you think was a good boundary or was a good ground rule that you had at home? Wow, this is like a sigh.
I think like doing dishes. Doing your own dishes. Because that one was like when you were young and I was a kid, I was like, what the? I ain't doing shit, you know? I ain't doing shit. I ain't washing shit. But then after that, at the same time, it's kind of like instills responsibility. I mean, like, yo, you made your own mess.
Yeah.
Someone has cooked for you. You made your own mess now. Clean it up. That's the least that you can do. And that kind of instills like habits and you know.
You know, it's very interesting when you say it instills habits.
Yeah.
So what we're doing also with ground rules also at the same time is that like when you get older, when you have your own place, this is what I need to do. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
We must think as like ground rules or is not just like a immediate fix to everything.
Yeah.
It is actually behaviors or habits that you create when your children are younger, so that when they move on to be fully functioning adults and live on their own, they also learn how to take care of their own space, or eventually when they have their own families.
Yeah, and this is funny because I'm thinking like kids who are like, oh, you have to do your laundry, and kids are like, oh, don't want. And then in my mind right now, I'm thinking like, okay, then you grow up, and then you go be addicted to the gym, and then you see what happens when you run out of gym clothes. You see what happens if you like do gym 5 times a week. You see how far can you go? But yeah, that's where I'm thinking it.
Yeah. So which means is actually teaching our children good behaviors and habits when they actually eventually get older.
Yeah.
What are some of the rules that we grew up with?
Rules. Oh, don't be late from school.
Don't be late.
Yeah. Don't be late from school. Don't be disrespectful. Don't talk back.
Yeah.
No, at least don't raise your voice. I mean, in the household that I grew up with, like all you have to do is like raise your voice at one particular parent of mine. It's like immediate death. Immediate death. Like not even death by like physical harm. It's just immediate death.
That's a bit extreme, but okay. And what are some unspoken rules that you have at home, or some boundaries that you have? Unspoken?
Ooh, actually, sorry. That would be the unspoken.
That would be the unspoken.
Yeah, immediate death.
What are the spoken ones that you know of?
Oh, really don't be late.
Don't be late. So punctuality is a big thing.
Like coming home straight from school.
Coming home straight from school.
And I'll tell you what's funny. I used to be so jealous of my friends who would like run to the playground nearby
and play.
And I really wanted to do that. You know, that was like, oh my gosh, like I want to be part of your world. You know, I want to be like, theatrics. But and I would have to walk the same route with my friends.
Yeah.
And they would turn left.
Pass the playground and then they turn left.
they go straight to the playground. They're like,
and then you
okay,
go straight home.
bye, Glow. And I'm like, what is this? Woe is me, you know?
Yeah.
But until several things happened. One kid fell off the playground, broke their arm. There were no like parents around.
There was no supervision.
There was no supervision.
Yeah.
Which was like oh, okay. And then the second thing was like a whole bunch of them got dengue fever. Because like the playground was like, I think it was after rain or something, or like the rainy season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was like, it's quite a while back.
So in retrospect, right, knowing all this, right, what did it teach you?
Hey, don't get dengue. Like
well, that is one way of looking at it.
Okay. No. Okay. Seriously. I tried. Okay. But it's more of, there are rules, but from different perspectives. So as a kid, if the why, I don't see the why, I will see it as like my freedom is being taken away.
Yes. Yeah.
But it would have, if I had been able to foresee the future or like all the other problems that actually came with it, then I would have been able to better understand.
So suddenly now as an adult, it's like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense, right? And you also mentioned just now the part that as a kid you see that my freedom is taken away.
Yeah.
And that part of the brain, remember in the previous episode we spoke about part of the brain, right? And at that point of time, the brain is very emotionally driven. Yeah. It wants to enjoy. It wants to have fun. Yeah. It wants to make sure that it gets a lot of happiness, a lot of play. But the rules is clamping it down.
Yeah.
So what ground rules also does is also trains the prefrontal cortex to actually govern and regulate. Were you unhappy? Yeah, of course you were.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it kept you safe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It didn't have dengue.
No dengue, yay!
Yeah. And while you wanted to be part of that world, right? The boundaries kept you safe.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for 2 weeks or 1 day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you're right. Boundaries do keep us safe.
Yeah, but we also must be very mindful that from a child's perspective, right, 8, 9, 10-year-olds perspective, that why must you have rules?
Yeah.
Yeah. And children tend not to understand because they need that sense of I need to have fun.
Yeah. Because it's the amygdala, isn't it?
Yes.
It's the amygdala's going like, yeah, give me fun, give me
yes,
dopamine.
Yeah.
But they don't have, the prefrontal cortex is not there yet to like tell them like, hold on. Yeah.
But the ground rule, that boundary that your parents set for you was firm, it was non-negotiable, and you had no choice, because you probably maybe you played once and then you came home late and there were some unpleasant consequences.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What happened? What happened then? What happened then? Kena scolded?
Half immediate death.
Half immediate death. It's very extreme,
Yeah, so not like a full air. It was like.
Does this happen to your brother also?
Nah. No. My brother is an amazing like enigma. He does like
whatever your parents.
Okay, I have to tell you something about my brother. He's super intelligent.
Okay, we all know that.
He's really like super intelligent. He can. I think he processes information so fast, and he's able to like
make sense of everything.
He's able to like what do you call that? On different levels as well, like the whole bigger picture, but not just one frame, but like multiple frames.
So which means, right, in our previous episodes, so we talked about different people, their brains develop differently. Yeah. Right. So your brother was able to process information, boundaries, and rules quicker.
Oh yeah.
And you.
No, not so quick.
Your amygdala. No, your amygdala. It's not a matter about not so quick. It's a matter of like, your amygdala is more developed than your prefrontal cortex. So everyone's brain development is different.
Oh.
Yeah.
There isn't a a set like, oh, by this age, by this age?
There is a guideline, like according to Eric Erickson's psychosocial development, right? There is, or even like Piaget's. Now I'm boring everyone with theory.
Yeah, I can hear the parents at home like, hey,
Who is this person?
The only Ericsson I know is my handphone. No. Yeah. Oh.
So all this, right? All these theories, it does make sense now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right? And there are benchmarks, but there's also a caveat that everyone's development is different. Correct? Yeah. So with that happening, one of the things that we really need to have is we do need to have ground rules. We need to have boundaries set at home. And there was something interesting that you shared just now. That there was an unspoken rule. That there was a spoken and unspoken that is known, and then unspoken that is unknown, and then there is a spoken, and then there is known, and then the next question I have for you is: are these ground rules all written?
No. They're not. Okay, hold on. But I'm thinking of something that you wrote in that chapter.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so in that chapter about boundaries, there was one particular story that stood out to me. About 25? 25 rules?
25 rules. Mr. and Mrs. Wong.
Oh, okay.
I will never forget that story. And that story is very interesting because these parents came to me and for a one-to-one consult.
Okay.
Over a period of 4 sessions. And during the first session, I think they were struggling with the son's screen time.
Okay.
And screen time, and I think about 8 to 10 years ago, data was expensive.
Yes.
Right? Data was expensive.
Oh, yes, it was. I made many mistakes.
Yeah, data was expensive. And there was only 2 gigs of data for the month, and I think the son blew 10 gigs of data. and the bill came up to about $80 or $100. And the parents struggled with that a lot. Then I asked mom, do you have any ground rules at home, to govern the use of handphone? Yeah, Taufik, we have. They said okay, can you share me? Never mind, I'll bring for you next week.
Okay.
So the next session when she came, then she brought the husband along. So I was like, wow, great, Mr. Wong, you're here too. Mr. Okay, great. Then what happens next when we started? Then I asked, hey, I asked, do you bring your homework that I given you last week? Said, yeah. Then she gave me a piece of paper. I took it up. I looked. Then I flipped the other side.
Flip the other side.
And I looked again for the front page and the back page. I said, there's 25 rules here.
This is the paper for the rule.
Yes. This is paper for the rules just for handphone.
Just for handphone?
Yes, correct.
What about eating food?
I have no idea. So then I asked, okay, I took the piece of paper, I looked at Mr. Wong. Okay, Mr. Wong, rule number 24.
Oh, okay, and then? What did they say?
She looked at the wife. 24 what? Then I just smiled. Okay, don't know, right? Forget. I said, don't know. Okay, no. Never mind, it's okay. Maybe we forget. Okay, Mrs. Wong, your turn. Rule number 7.
Bye.
Then she looked at the husband. Then they both looked at me. I can't remember. Then I looked at them. I looked at them and asked, so if a fully grown adult, like both of yourself in your 40s, can't even remember 2 rules, what do you think your son is going to remember 25 rules? He looked at me and said, too many, is it? Yes. It's too many, is it, Mr. Taufik? I actually expected them to get upset with me or something, but they didn't. So what happened after that was so Taufik, tell us what we need to do. Tell us what we need to do. Is this something wrong? Are we bad parents? Can we do something else to make things different? I said, yeah, 25 is too many. I said, then how many? Well, can't remember 2. you think your son definitely cannot remember any? Because if he remembers any, he's not going to be on his phone. His data wouldn't be blown.
I mean, like, bro, to be honest, I can't remember what I ate last night. How am I going to remember 25 rules?
My point exactly. Yeah. So the conversation continued, and then they asked like, so how many is good? So I asked them, what do you think is a realistic number? Then they gave me about 6. I said, okay, 6, pretty realistic. But at the same time, right, when you come up with these rules, I told them that you cannot just set it. Then I took the piece of paper. It looks to me like these 25 rules are actually set by you. Then the mom looked at me and said, yes. Then your son doesn't have any input in this. So what does that mean? It means that as parents, when we want to set some boundaries, when we set some rules, this must be co-created.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, it needs to be co-created. It needs to be done together.
Yeah.
Because if not, your son's like, I didn't set this rule. What? Why must I follow?
Yeah.
You said you follow, ah?
Really?
Yeah.
And even worse, if the parents said, then they cannot even follow.
Yeah, and you must remember also that these ground rules doesn't just apply to the children.
Yeah.
It applies to everyone at home. Yeah.
Do you have any rules at your own home?
We do. We just have 4.
Okay.
And it's also written in the book. So it looks like this. So there's 4. Be respectful. Be punctual. Be respectful. Be punctual. Wait, I know this. We can write this together. Be honest and no electronic gadgets at all meal times. And this is done very purposefully, because this is the only 1 or 2 hours that we have family time together. And it also applies to my family, and also when we have guests over, it applies to the children. It applies to all our guests. So we don't have any electronic gadgets at home. It is spoken, it is known, it is written.
I think that's actually like these 4 rules are enough to like keep they're basic enough and general enough, so they cover a lot. When you guys co-created it, was it you and like everyone sitting down?
Yes. We did it like almost like a family meeting, and like, what do you want? What makes sense? Like, okay, then say what's important to you. So to me, I was very honest. Like, to me, I have 2 that is non-negotiable, that must have. One is being punctual, because I'm a stickler for punctuality, and I cannot stand it when people are late because they are not respectful of my time, and because and if you know, I'm always early. I'm never late. If in the rare occasion that I'm late, I will let you know that I'll be late. And no electronic gadgets during all meal times. Be it at home when we dine outside, at our parents' place, with friends. So sometimes like at work also, right? When I would have lunch with my colleagues, and then like sometimes they will be chatting, and then they'll be on their phone, and then they look at me. Tavi, where's your phone? I don't know, it's on my table.
Oh.
Yeah. So it became very quickly ingrained that these are the ground rules that I have, and it became a habit.
Yeah.
Not because that I forced myself to. It's because that remember, we are the thermostats.
Oh, yeah, right.
As adults, we control the environment at home.
Actually, that's very, very like poignant for me about not having phones during mealtime, because I'm one of those that will be like on my phone during time. And
so now we're going to a little bit of self-reflection.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I feel like when I was young, no, but okay. In all honesty, like with the with like how accessible social media is and like what we're constantly like, okay, like for example TikTok and or like IG reels, and you just want to keep scrolling and keep scrolling, it is addictive.
It is addictive.
And that's a lot of information you have to process within like 7 seconds or so, and you do it at like a really fast pace. So breaking that routine is actually really good because it gives a little reset.
I share with you something, a story that is very interesting also, because Eddie, right? Eddie is also my friend, and every time Hari Raya, he will come to my house and we'll have dinner. And then the daughter asks mom, ask Audrey, and I said like, Mommy, can I watch YouTube while we eat? Then Eddie looked at me, bro, say no. He was mouthing it, say no. Then Audrey said, oh, you must ask Uncle Taufik. Then I told the daughters like, Uncle Taufik's house, we have a rule that we don't have any electronic gadgets during all meal times. So then she looked at me, really? I said, yeah, because during meal times, we'll eat together at the table, we'll chit chat, then we'll talk about our day, what you like, is the food nice, then you know what you like, what you don't like.
Yeah.
Then she looked at me, oh, okay. And you could see at the back, Audrey went,
nice.
Yeah, and she was there at the table for 40 minutes, eating, enjoying the food, having conversations with us. And then after she ate finished, she said, Mommy, can I watch some YouTube? I already finished eating, I'm very full. Yeah, and then they said, Mommy said yes, and then she sat down at the chair and then just fiddle for a while. And then she put down the phone. Then she went to get snacks.
Okay.
Like she went to get the Hari Raya quiz.
Yeah.
And then she just ate without looking at the phone. And I'm like,
so there was already a start of a little bit of a change.
There was I wouldn't say change. I just want to say that this works. And this works also, especially if your children are struggling with screen time. This is one way to actually reduce it by at least an hour.
Right.
So we start with small steps.
Start small.
And at the same time also, the rules doesn't apply to the children. The rules apply everyone, every guest in my house. Yeah.
No, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, Taufik, I have a question. So let's say there are parents out there who are interested, or listen to you or like watched us, and they're interested in trying to, setting some ground rules now. What do you think might be some potential pushback they might face from their child or children?
Remember the term I used earlier, co-create.
Yeah.
So if you just set the ground rules, like for example, like Mr. and Mrs. Wong, they just set the 25 ground rules without having the input of the son, right? And I think nobody's going to remember anything because it is not important to them. So just now also I mentioned, right, in my home setting, the 2 ground rules that are important to me. One is being punctual and no electronic gadgets on the table. And you need to get everybody to agree that, hey, this is important.
Yeah.
But you also need to explain why this ground rule is important. It's important because I think we have a long day, and I give you an example, okay? How we would sound like. I think it's important because sometimes we have a long day at work. We look at the screen. I look at the screen on almost the whole day. And you go to school, you also look at the screen, and then and just 45 minutes away for your eyes. For your eyes. At the same time, also, I want to make sure that dinner time, I get to spend time with you because dinner time is important for everyone.
I think that's very interesting that you said that. So it's almost like setting the ground rule, and then after that, explaining the why.
Yeah.
I think the why is very important. Just like how I brought up earlier, like if I had understood at that like 5-6 year old me that like don't go to the playground unsupervised by anybody because you're going to break your arm.
Yeah.
Or like a whole group of y'all going to get dengue fever at the same time.
And sometimes the response you get sila, play some more lah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Good. Go lo. Go lo.
Play some more.
Good. Very good. Dengue. Dengue.
So to ensure that the pushback doesn't happen, there needs to be like co-creation. There needs to be done in a family meeting. And for me to just tell you this right, in 3 minutes is not going to be fair to you. So because like this probably need a little bit of time, a bit of like one-to-one session.
Yeah. I was also thinking of that. I feel like it's also very, very good that the parents and whoever's listening to us right now, if you do want to ask Taufik questions, you can arrange for like a consult with Taufik. Yeah. Like no strings attached.
Links are below.
Yeah, links are below. Don't be like stressed or like, oh my god, pressured, because like the first consult is really free and we've been stressing this from day one. It's really about vibe check if needed. Or if you really genuinely have questions and you really need to know more, reach out to us because like Taufik will be able to like answer your questions as well.
Yeah. I may not have all the answers, but at least I would be able to give you some insights and perspectives. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Taufik. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. I feel like there's more to like ask about boundaries.
Yeah. Maybe we can continue the next episode.
Yes, because I want to know when does this just my own like. I just really want to know why. Like, is there a difference between boundary and control? And let's talk about that in the next episode.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Until then, thank you so much everyone for listening. We'll see you. Bye-bye.